Hi everybody, Mrs. Heisey here. Today I am going to show you the basics of the Vinyl Master. So when you log onto a computer, you're simply going to go ahead and find this little icon that says Vinyl Master. So you double click on here and it will take a moment just to load up onto your screen. When it does, you might get a screen that looks like this. You might also get one that says activate. Please activate. You don't need to update any new software. You just need to go ahead and activate. On this screen, you'll go ahead and click on the little X because you don't need to worry about the software or the setter or setting up the cutter or anything like that. So you just exit out of there. Then they have some examples that have been done. You're going to start out with a new document. So you're just simply going to click on here. Now, when you do this, let me move this screen up a little bit so you can see all the little tools. On the side over here, it's just going to give you some videos if you feel like watching. You don't need to do any of that. First thing that you want to make sure is that your units right up here on top are set into the inches. Sometimes first time logging on, it's in millimeters, so we just want to make sure that it's in inches. So change it to inches. Next, we're going to set our work area. This is all based on what size material you're going to be putting your vinyl sticker onto or your palette outline and things like that. Most people have what's called a 12 inches by 12 inches. Not everybody, but most people do. So make sure that you put that in, just enter those numbers. Now, if you want to put some text on here, we have a bunch of icons that are down the side. The first thing that we want to check is this is our select tool. You're going to use this quite a bit. Okay, this is our node tool. We don't need to do anything with the node tool. The next is our text. So I would click on here and I'm going to choose whatever text font style that you would like. I suggest if you're going to be making the vinyl cutter sign, you're going to want to use something that is a thicker font rather than something that's thinner. It's just much easier in the long run when you have to go ahead and weed your project. So I'm just going to click a thicker text. Click on my screen anywhere and then type in whatever that you need to, whatever you are going to be writing. All right, I'm just going to put in Mrs. Heisey, make it simple. After I have what I want on there, I'm going to come back to my select tool. Now I can choose if I want it exact size. I can come up to this area right here. If not, I can also look at all these little squares and you can see these arrows come up. I'm just simply going to go ahead and make it whatever size I want it to be to take up my 12 by 12 area. And I can space it out simply by moving around right in the middle. The next thing we can do is we can add simple shapes. Right underneath the text icon there's a square, circle, arrow. If you click on this, it just brings you up a generic looking little arrow. If you're like, I don't really like that, all you have to do is make sure that the select tool is picked, then you click on your object, so you have your boxes around it, and you can hit the delete button. Now if you want to get some fancier, different type of clip art, there's this little bear right here. They have general clip art that you can choose, and you can just scroll through any of these. If you choose to want to make the cow, you would hit accept. Now this little box comes up. All you have to do is click, and again you can adjust the size to whatever it is that you like. Now say you wanted to stick with that arrow because you wanted to be pointing somewhere, you could do these basic shapes, and then if you click on arrow right here, they have all different fun types of arrows that you can choose, and again you can click whatever shape you want. All right, that's what's inside of our program. Now if you would like to add something from the internet, you can. To do that, you would have to just minimize your screen, and let me minimize that. I'm going to go ahead and click on the internet, and in here, let's just say I want to make a turtle. And I'm going to want to make sure it's clip art. When you are doing vinyl cutting, images such as like pictures and stuff like that, those aren't going to work the best. So I'm just going to want to take a, one of these turtles down here. You can scroll through. Obviously, you can click on images right here. You find what's going to work best for you. All right. So this computer's a little bit slow. We just have to wait for that stuff to load for us. And again, I want to find something that's clip art. I do not want to find any type of a picture that has background and things like that. Very simple things that we would like to use. And again, we're just waiting because this is a very slow computer. So give it just a moment to load. Once you do this, there's two ways that you can bring this into the Vinyl Master. One is you can right click on it and you can copy the image, and then you'll bring back your sign, and then you will try and paste. Now notice I can't paste, so that way it didn't work. It works I would say maybe 20% of the time. So the best way that you're going to be able to do this is you're going to have to right click on it. You're going to want to save the image as, and you're going to come over here and you're going to find your name on the side. And on here I would just write turtle 2 because this is my second time grabbing a turtle. All right, I'm going to hit save. I can minimize that. I'm going to bring back up my other one. And now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on images up at the top. And I want to import an image. I would simply find my account right over here. Then I'm going to click on the image that I want, hit open, and it will let me bring this on there. Now a lot of people think, yay, I'm done, it's over. No, we actually have to do what's called vectorize this. We need to be able to make the software be able to communicate to our vinyl cutter to be able to cut out the edges of this. So if I make sure that my image is highlighted, I'm going to come up to vectorize. And then this screen's going to pop up. This is my original image, and this is, see how it's got the checkered background? So that means that none of that background is going to count. So what I can do is I can sit over on this side and I can mess around with the smoothing and everything. Once I get it to where I like it, I can hit trace, and this is what it's going to end up cutting out. If there's different things like, oh, I want to see if it could look a little bit better, you just simply go ahead and, again, move these little slide bars around to get it to where you like it. Once it's where you like it, you can go ahead and hit the accept button, and now it is all ready. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start cutting this out. Two things you need to do before you cut this out. You need to save it to your drive. So you would come up to File, Save As, find your drive on the side, and you would simply type in the name. I'm going to go to you, Turtle 2, and hit save. So now it's saved to my drive. I can get this from any computer in the classroom. Then I'm going to need to go ahead and you will have to save it to a USB drive. So you're going to save it a second time. Once you do that, it would be File, Save As. You would have to get an SD card from up in the front of the room, plug it into the computer, and then you're going to have to scroll down along the side. Now I don't have an SD card with me right now, but it would normally be in this area. You would click it, you would save it, and then we would take that SD card up to the teacher computer in the front of the room, and we would place it inside of there. All right, so this is just the basics of how you are going to create your vinyl sticker, your negative image for the palette sign. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask. Thank you.